Well, we're back doing another one of these. We enjoyed doing it so much last time for the E3 review. We figured we might as well review Game of Thrones, the biggest review of the year, if not the world.
Well, we all know episode 9 of Game of Thrones is usually always better than episode 10. Usually it's the action-packed episode.
Yeah, and that's fun because we were talking just off camera there, and that's kind of because they, the 10th episode is like the epilogue of the book.
Yeah. Right.
And then the 9th one is always when the big holy crap moments happen, like the Red Wedding or the Battle of King's Landing and so on and so forth. So, first of all, that was quite the episode. That was a hell of an episode.
It was.
Everything I've ever wanted to see in a Game of Thrones episode that I've been waiting for 6 years finally happened.
It's funny because I'm watching the episode and I can only think of like certain people. I'm like, I wonder, like Kurt's probably eating this stuff up. Darren's probably going crazy.
To a point. Don't ye judge me.
Nerd note.
So let's start off, obviously, we'll just there were only two places we were in this episode. There was Winterfell and we were in Marine.
I loved the fact that the Greyjoys are going to be
made it over there
with Daenerys. I love that.
And
I actually was a little upset. I love the whole action with the dragon and everything, but I hated the fact that they came over thinking, you had no chance. You had to have known that. She has 3 dragons. Even if they knew she wasn't there, there's still 2 dragons sitting somewhere, not really locked up. You're like, you had no chance. What were you thinking?
That's kind of what got me, though, was like she locks the other 2 dragons up. So for me, I was kind of hoping, like, there's no, like, Tyrion releases them. I was like, there's no way these dragons are going back to her. Like, dragons are smart enough. They'd be like, screw you, mom, type deal. All of a sudden, she's flying on the black one.
They're in the rebellious teenage years.
They blow out the
Don't
wall,
tell me what
which
to do.
kind of surprised me. I was like, okay, they were still underground.
And they had a cue. They knew, oh, Mom just made a quip towards these guys.
Boom, and then let's
Now
fly
we're
in
here.
formation, flying V, blowing stuff up. I was like, yeah.
But it was kind of cool, but that kind of bugged me. I'm like, guys, you had no chance. You had to have known that. Mm-hmm. Like, she just swept through by herself. From the beginning of the series, she's gone from a nobody to taking over everything, pretty much. And they're like, we're going to get it back. Like, no, you're not.
I think that's kind of where the show and the books really differentiate. Only because, like Tyrion said, he goes, we just made a deal. And all of a sudden, they were there. They were invading Marine. And he's like, what the heck? We just made a deal and you just came back? It's that sort of thing in the books where I bet you that's going to fill in.
Oh, there's probably half a book of them running Marine without the slavers there. And then they come back, and then that battle probably happens closer to the end of Winds of Winter.
Here is where my opinion is valued more.
Not at all. No, it's not.
I have not read the books. They're like, okay,
but that's your problem.
In this paragraph here, he did not do that.
That's the problem. I think people who've read the books and can compare it to the show. Darren and I were talking like off air, and we were saying, the show, as awesome as this season is, it feels very rushed.
It does.
And that's because there's no template. There's no template.
They're
just wrapping stuff up.
But I blame George R.R. Martin.
Oh,
he could be helping them.
Don't worry. I blame him a lot.
They're probably asking him, and he's like, well, I might do this. He probably has no idea.
I'll get you an answer in 6 months.
Yeah. Let me get back to you.
I just got to finish my work at home.
But let's take a look at that. I was kind of, last week when I was after the Broken Man was the last episode?
Yeah.
When they started attacking Marine, I started thinking to myself, now is Daenerys going to lay waste to all these ships with her dragons, or is she going to try and take them? And there was one moment, because they were really touching on bringing up her past and her dad, the Mad King.
Yeah.
Well, not her dad, but...
which they've been bringing up a lot
They have
lately.
been, and then they kept saying about like the burn them all and the wildfire.
I have a thought about that for later on in the podcast.
And then there was a point, she's on Drogo, and she's hovering over one of the ships, and she looks at her, she's like, Drogon. And I was just waiting for her to go, burn them all. And I'm like on the edge of my seat, just like, oh! And then she just started spewing fire, and I was like, damn it, why didn't you yell?
It makes sense. It makes sense. And I'm glad it worked out the way that it did, only because that she needs boats. She's not going to burn an entire fleet, right? She's going to take out a few, be like, flex the muscles, be like, these are mine now, suckers.
And the dynamic between Yara, Theon, and Daenerys when they were sitting there talking, Yara creeping on Daenerys the entire time was awesome. And then there was like them talking about the ships, and they like really hit it off, and they're going to give up their pirating ways now.
I think only because it's like
girl power.
It's like it's a queen on queen thing. Totally. Like she's...
She respected that.
Yeah, like she's ruling the Iron Isles. She's doing the entire Seven Kingdoms. They respect each other, I think. More queens, the better type deal.
Like we were saying, I expected that to maybe be happening next season. I didn't think we were going to see that because Euron is nowhere near having 1,000 ships built.
No.
From the 4 trees they have on the frickin' Iron Islands. So I'm like, are they going to run into each other? And like to speculate further, like when's Arya going to come into play? Like I still think that she might maybe sneak on one of those ships to cross or something along those lines.
I don't even care about her anymore.
No.
It's been 2 years of build-up for a horrible ending.
Well, so how you feel about that, we feel even worse. Because the books, again, they build it up like she's going to be some freaking awesome, like the be-all, end-all.
Yeah.
And then they're just like, oh, wrap it up, done. Like, all of a sudden, she was just like, oh, I don't want to do this anymore. I was like, what?
Have you heard of the theory that Arya's actually dead and that's the waif wearing Arya's face?
Oh, no, I haven't.
But I think that's BS because if they killed Arya Stark, like everyone else always says, I'm done watching.
Well, I'd heard rumors that like Arya and the waif were one and the same. Like that was like a different like a personality.
I don't like
a fight club.
The waif. That's not very badass.
I remember for the
Beware, I am the waif.
She's 36, but she looks like she's 12. Like in the books or something like that. And that's why when everybody's like, "Oh, she's a figment of the imagination," I'm like, I don't remember that hinting in the books, but so
the only other thing I wanted to bring up too is like you'd mentioned Tyrion kind of mentioning, okay, you're going a little too crazy here.
Yeah.
The Mad King was exactly like that. You want to burn it all, really? And for me, I'm just like, I want Daenerys to be the bad guy in this. I want George R. R. Martin to just be like, fooled you. You were cheering for this person.
Jon Snow is the good guy.
Yeah,
like you can
for
think
sure.
all you want that,
for sure.
But it's gonna come to a head where
something's going to happen.
That's Jon Snow is protecting his land. She wants to take it over. That's what it's going to come down to.
But do you not kind of notice that it's Daenerys, the way that they painted her season to season, is more bloodthirsty, more they've wronged me, so I will lay waste to their city. Yeah. So to me, and especially with what's going to go on with, was it Lyanna Stark? And her actually being Jon Snow's mother.
Oh.
And Jon actually being a Targaryen. So really, I think it's going to wind up being Daenerys shows up, lays waste to the White Walkers with her dragons, loses it. Then Jon, being a Targaryen and the only true rightful heir of the throne, has to kill his half-sister Daenerys, and then Jon Snow wins the Game of Thrones.
Well, and that's
how I think it's going to end.
That was always, like, from very early on, that was always that's kind of the original idea. Like that was always the original speculation everybody had. It was always Lyanna and Rhaegar.
R plus L equals J,
right?
I don't think George R. R. Martin is smart enough to go throw in a surprise.
The one thing...
Did you not see the flashbacks where there's the cut open stomach with blood on it in one of Bran's flashbacks? That and the baby screaming in the Tower
There's
of Joy
so much going on in these episodes sometimes. I don't know what's going on after
you gotta pay attention.
But so there's that. There's definitely... You know, you get on the internet and you kind of read what was happening, what's going on, just within comparison to Daenerys and the Mad King, burning them all, going a little nutty. And then there's obviously the other the other kind of like speculation thing with like Tyrion maybe being Targaryen.
And that's how he could talk to the dragons.
Yeah, that's why he released him. He didn't get eaten. So much speculation, but like I said, for me,
just like,
George R. R. Martin has pretty much
slowly out of frame.
For me, like the only thing I'm going to say is I think George R. R. Martin has pretty much ruined everybody in the sense like everybody wants to cheer for the Starks, and he's slowly just Ned, Jon, the mom. I'm just like, okay.
Guy who likes to run in a straight line.
Rickon. So for me, I think George R. R. Martin, if you can, whatever you're thinking, the worst possible ending.
Speak to him in the camera.
The worst possible ending.
Speak to him, not me.
Whatever the worst possible ending is that you can think of, that's probably what's going to happen.
Yeah, it'll be as
Daenerys
Jon
will be
Snow
bad.
is ascending to the throne, Jaime Lannister stabs him in the back.
Yeah.
Sits on it himself. And that's what you're seeing in those flashbacks from Bran. So yeah. The Marine scene, like Grey Worm doing the double throat slice was awesome. And Tyrion telling him, like, tell people these stories of the last time someone tried to take Daenerys away from the throne. Tell them what happened here. That was just really good. Yeah, that's just really good. Like, send out the warning so this kind of crap doesn't happen again. And then, all the dragon riding we finally got to see. We got to see, like, laying waste to ships, the special effects have gotten a lot
for 10
better.
minutes.
Right? And just like
For
her
10
flying and
minutes.
firing, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, this is all I've wanted to see. Little babies. This is all I wanted to see. So, and that was just when that opening segment
That was an
ended,
eighth of the episode.
and when that opening segment ended, and then it jumped ahead to Winterfell, I was just like, holy crap! I
forgot the name of the episode, Bastard versus Bastard, which was awesome.
Now, let's talk about that for a minute. There's a few things I want to touch on, like kind of what happened in the battle, but I don't even know where to start on this. There was so much amazing imagery. There was so much suspense. There was so much anxiety.
That scene right when Jon rushes in by himself.
The one shot.
It's one shot for like 3 minutes.
And he's standing there. He's doing the breathing bounce with it.
That reminds me of Lord of the Rings.
100%.
It did.
Helm's Deep even when the Knights of the Vale come in.
That's exactly what I didn't like about that fight. Is it was a total cop-out. I was hoping that Littlefinger and Sansa would come in with a surprise or a shock. Something you didn't think was going to happen. Because I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I hope they just don't sweep in like at the last minute. Like, we'll save you, which is what they did.
Look to the hill on first light.
Look to the east.
I know exactly. I'm like, you got like it's Littlefinger. His character is conniving. He's smart.
Yeah.
He sees ahead, like 5 steps ahead of everybody all the time. So I was waiting for like, he's got something up his sleeve. They got something up their sleeve.
But he's in love with Sansa because she reminds him of Catelyn. So that's why he's like honorable to her because he wants to get in there.
Yeah.
He wants some of what Sansa.
I love how she's starting to change though because she knows she's
ruthless.
like, I am the Ward of the North now.
Oh, and we're gonna skip the battle here just so I can. When those Stark banners fell,
You get tingles.
I was just sitting there. I was like.
It's like, well, we haven't seen that for a while.
Right? Okay, so, when he's rushing towards it, did you not notice while this battle sequence was going on that arrows and horses and swords didn't seem to touch Jon Snow?
I did notice that too. I'm like, why isn't he getting hit with an arrow?
Because they touched on it a little bit before with him talking to Melisandre about like if the Lord wills it, I'll bring you back. Like even though you don't want me to.
It's like he's being protected.
Yeah, and it's like why did you bring me back? Well, it must be for a bigger purpose. The Lord has a plan for you. And then it's like these arrows, like 30 of them hit Rickon on the ground when he's dead. They're hitting everybody, all these horses, but they're just whizzing past Jon.
Yeah.
And like even like the horses, like a wall of horses hit each other, and Jon's just kind of like.
I noticed this.
I knew that conversation happened, but it was in the back of my mind. And now
Clearly,
that you pointed out,
you didn't read the books like I did.
The book's not even out yet. Yeah, that's right.
It is up here.
But I think for that, now that you mentioned that, they should have touched on that maybe a little bit longer.
I think that's going to be more next season stuff.
Because for her,
means,
just to be like, you are the chosen one,
that
and
means
then to
he's
be out
the martyr,
there,
though.
Oh,
like by the end of this series. The second they bring in some kind of spiritual nobody can touch you, he's going to be the martyr. Jon Snow is dying at the end of this series.
Awesome.
Just for that.
Can't wait. Yeah. Brought back to kill him in 2 seasons.
So yeah, and then like my biggest what I got angry at was, you finally see Rickon come back. He's holding him, and he's like, "Okay, run," and you know what's going to happen. Again, like I said,
George
R. R. Martin
to be like, "Drop."
No. George R. R. Martin, as soon as Ramsay's like, run, I'm like, yeah, he's dead.
Well, and
there's no ifs, ands, or buts.
That's when you hope they're going to do something a little different, but they didn't. That's what.
The whole reason that happened was that was the conversation that Sansa had with Jon before. Don't do what Ramsay wants you to do. Well, he wanted to kill Rickon so that Jon would charge it.
Yeah.
They would leave their little stronghold that they had 300 dug in so that they could funnel them in. And that's exactly like he walked right into the trap.
But the second he did it, I got up, I sat up, and I was like, here we go.
Yeah. Well,
I'm like, he's about to lose it.
So that's the other thing, too. So obviously, the big fight, the Vale comes, huzzah, he's running after him. So they breach Winterfell, old 1-1. Poor 1-1.
Yeah.
Oh, and he takes that level. Like, just when you think everything's going right, Ramsay has to get that final dick move.
Right. So then the other thing that kind of bothered me was obviously we know Jon is so very angry at Ramsay.
Yeah.
To stop pummeling him. I was like, I'm pretty sure Jon would have killed him. I do like how Sansa.
But I like
he died a lot.
Alpo, man. He's Alpo. But that's the other thing. These are small things. I'm making them sound like they're a big deal. I didn't like because Jon Snow, his character, was so passionate through that whole fight. Then he gets to Ramsay at the end, and he's being a smug little bugger about the whole thing, which is fantastic. That's his character. Right. And I was hoping John would just like I was hoping he would. It would
More.
be almost like a gladiator where he's like toying with him, like cutting him up and be like,
Yeah.
and then he's like pick up your sword or something.
As
Not
much
like,
as
I'm gonna block your arrow and then
But that you
punch
can't
you in the
deny
face.
the badassery that Jon Snow is when he's just like he's not even running, he's just straight on
Shield.
walking towards him, arrow,
Terminator.
shield.
I just wanted to make
Totally,
him
I think-
belittle him a little bit more because that character deserved
But that's not, Jon
it.
Snow is the embodiment of Ned Stark. His honorability is what will be. His
Well, look what
inevitable
happened to
downfall.
Ned. Where did that get Ned?
Look what happened to Jon. It killed him once already doing
Yeah,
an honorable
exactly.
thing. So, and that's his greatest weakness is how honorable he is. But that's the Stark family.
The actor who plays Ramsay.
Oh, if you've never seen
They
Misfits on Netflix, he's in that, and he's just as good.
The
Game of Thrones
characters-
has had the two best bad guys in TV
For
for
sure,
a long time.
hands
And I
down.
wanted to ask, which death was more satisfying? Like, which character death was most satisfying for you? Was it Joffrey's or was it
Oh,
Ramsay's?
Joffrey. I hated that little jerk since the second he appeared. Even the look of him, like Ramsay, he's a dashing
I'm
fellow.
going off the table.
Jack Gleason's the nicest guy in the world.
I know, but
totally.
that's how good of an
Poor-
actor
and
he
the poor
is.
guy gets it.
Like, I could
at
see him on the
cons and
street, and I'd be
stuff.
like, "Listen here, you little."
I know, it's
hate
like,
your
you listen to me,
guts.
little Irish fucker.
No, they
yeah.
did compare. They were saying like, was Ramsay's the most ironic death, or was it first season? What's his name? Viceroy's with the golden crown.
Oh,
I was like, yeah, that for
Oh,
sure.
yeah,
like
yeah,
that, that nothing
I
beats
forgot
that.
about
Nothing
that
beats the
kid.
golden crown. Like
Yeah.
he did have a bad, go of it or whatever. With the old Alpo, I'm dog child thing. But
So, I mean, it was one of the best fight sequences the show has done.
Oh.
It looked great, like the choreography. When they were closing in with that phalanx that they had, the old Roman phalanx,
Yeah,
like they were
like,
crushing
it
and then
slowly.
John's in the middle, like
Yeah.
trying to get out with the mountain
Breaches
of
up.
bodies. And I'm sitting there, I'm just thinking to myself, I'm just like, wow, they might just pull that ultimate D move and kill John again.
that's good TV when you
totally,
when you
when
know
you-
but you in the back here you're like, well.
And I
I'm
was
not
hoping they
quite
wouldn't
sure.
because I didn't want this to turn into like the Winchester brothers when all of a sudden, like, oh, John dies.
Comes
at the end of
back
every
again.
season.
Yeah, gets repetitive.
Hey, let's not bring Sam and Dean into this. I have a special place right
Oh, I
here for
love me
Sam
some
and Dean.
Supernatural.
But like you said, like that, the overall like battle shot beautifully. Like,
Yeah.
and there were like camera angles that like we've never seen before. Like when he's getting smothered. A lot of the times I was
You
like, "What
felt
the hell am
smothered.
I
You're like-
looking at?"
you're like, this
like
poor
is
guy.
our bodies
Let's
Well, I
Why
don't know
would
if
he
it was
buried
John
on
or
him,
not,
or-
but whoever the director was, I can't think of his name off the top of my head, but he killed this episode.
Oh yeah, for sure.
So we all agree then, probably one of the better
Oh yeah.
Game of
Oh,
Thrones
yeah.
episode. Now
Right
the
up.
question
No,
is,
I still say the White Walker battle last season was
yeah,
better though.
Hard Home.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
that was a great episode. Where do you think we're going forward with the next episode, and where do you think we're going forward with the characters next season? And that's where we'll wrap it.
Cersei is gonna do something crazy. You know she is. By the end of the season, lots of people are gonna die in the next
They're
episode.
playing up that Dragonfire. She talked
Yeah.
to her maester about it and the reserves under there,
Exactly.
and then Tyrion
Exactly.
talked to Daenerys about how it
mentioned
goes
it.
under every main street
Exactly.
and it would kill everyone.
She's lighting that thing up on everybody who's
She's
opposed.
gonna
I
light it
think
up.
she might kill her son too.
She's going to light it up and try and kill everybody, or it's going to go down in some way, but I feel like next season we're going to see a out-of-control, crazy Jaime Lannister, because they've been playing up his love for Cersei this entire season,
Yeah.
and how he would die
Lot
for
of
her.
mentioning
So I
it.
think if she
That
dies...
was a good speech.
Right?
Yeah.
And now if she dies, I think that then now Jaime's going to turn away from that honorable road he's been going
But
down.
he's so much better when he's not honorable.
That's so true.
There
But-
was
when he is honorable, you never know what he's gonna do.
That is also true.
there was a past reference that I'd completely forgotten that someone had brought up on the internet that I had read, where there was kind of like a prophecy saying that the three lions, whatever, born like they're going to die. So like all of the kids that Cersei has had will die.
When she was a kid, a witch
I think
told
so.
her
The witch,
that
that's
she
right.
would witness all three of her children's deaths.
So
and
I
she's
know
witnessed two.
Tommen's
Maybe she'll accidentally kill him.
Make
Or
her
yeah,
go
But what
nutty.
if Jaime goes all good now because he finds out it was her fault?
Oh,
that she
Jaime
did
goes
it.
after
And Jaime
him.
goes
And
After
him and
her.
Brienne of Tarth hook up?
Oh no! There we
No,
go.
but that's a good point. Maybe she might be the catalyst in Tommen's death while she's trying to execute her
Exactly.
plan of wildfire.
Yeah.
That's a great.
Is the season finale ever happy in this show? Is
Yeah,
an episode
no.
ever really happy?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all.
I think the end of this episode next week, we're going to see Arya either board a ship to Westeros or land in Westeros. I think we're going to see Daenerys making her plans to leave with the Greyjoy fleet.
You think they're gonna show her again?
Daenerys?
Yeah.
They've ended like 3 of, if not 4 seasons with her as the final shot.
The last shot of her sailing off in the sunset.
Or just like the dragon feet touching down.
I have a feeling
that would be.
To go back to the wildfire
Look at my hair. Look at my hair. Can you see it on the camera? It just went up.
To talk about the wildfire thing, last week I talked about the fact where, remember Daenerys' season 1 vision of King's Landing?
I do not remember
with
that.
the roof gone and there's ash everywhere? I think she's going to show up to a King's Landing burnt to the ground. And that vision from season 1 is what she sees.
I'm going to have to watch
7.
them all
I don't think she'll leave Marine. I think that they're going to wait for the brother to come to sail over, because like she said, she was saying, like, Tyrion goes, oh well, they're demanding, and she's like, they're not demanding, they're asking, and I'll listen to anybody that asks.
True.
So I have a feeling they're gonna hatch a little plan, wait for all those boats to come, they'll kill him off, and then they'll have all the ships they need.
And really, all of the Ironborn are gonna follow Yara if she's got the backing of the Mother of Dragons.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? So that's totally, I see that happening.
Speculation cast.
Right? I think Sansa's going to slowly become very...
Sansa's going to turn awesome.
Yeah. Like
we've had enough seasons of her just being whiny a baby. Right? Now she's got that first kill. She's just going to be... She's not going to be ruthless, but
she's not going to be the hand in hand.
Play,
she's going to be the behind the scenes, like, we're doing this. She's going to be...
I think she will be not the new
Especially
Cersei.
with Littlefinger
She
with
won't
her.
be the new Cersei, but I think she'll be like on par with Cersei. Yeah. Like she's gonna be playing the Game of Thrones,
but a good
like
version.
A professional. Oh yeah, she's gonna be the one, the pinnacle.
Cold-blooded.
Cold as ice. That's gonna be the final song they play at the end of episode 10.
You're as cold as ice.
All right, well, yeah, other than that, I'm trying to think where else. Bran is just going to
Who cares anymore?
Who cares?
We're going to find out that Bran has been in the circle of time he actually caused and was the catalyst of all of the events.
Yeah.
I think he's going to be the voice of the Mad King saying burn them all. Because he can talk to people in the
I
past.
think he has a really big pull with those
He's even going to be the one who told Bran the Builder to build the wall. Because Bran the Builder built the wall because of voices. So I think that's his story, is he's the one that set in motion time itself.
Oof.
Easy. That's why my
We're dropping knowledge.
How do you sleep at night? It must take you like 2 hours. You're sitting there thinking it.
Let me just do a little plug here. That's why my theory is Bran the Lord of Light has over 100 plays on YouTube. 100,000, sorry.
100,000.
Yeah, and then I think that's going to be kind of, and then we're going to, in the next 2 seasons, we're going to finally see Daenerys. Will she turn crazy? Will she stay sane?
I'm hoping crazy.
Me too.
Yeah.
We got to take her out.
But I guess, what do you think? You can go in the comments below. Let us know what your theories are for the next season, the next episode, and the finale of the show itself. And subscribe to Real Reviews. And subscribe to Darren on Air and VO.
Yeah.
And you'll get more ridiculous videos of us sweating and geeking out in front of a camera.
Exactly.
Until next week, be neat.